Okay, okay. Let's try it again. All right, we in, dog. We in.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
hold on. Trying to get it up. There we go. Hold on.
That's it.
We in. Without a shadow of a doubt, we back again. The hottest virtual talk show
There it is.
in social media history. It's the 5-star general, and you are now in the middle of the war zone. And tonight I got my co-hosts as usual, my partners in crime, Elvante Patton, Dr. Candace Matthews, and tonight our guest is Katina Thomas, and we talking about parents and a fucked up virus. What's going down in the hood, man? Y'all sit back, so we gonna jump into this, man. Say, I want to welcome you all to the war zone.
Thank you.
And I don't know but one way to put it, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know but one way to put it. Tonight's show, I had to come up with some type of title for the show, and all I could think of was parents in a fucked up virus. Now, if you ain't never tuned into the show, some night we let you make it, but some nights we don't. We say what's on our heart, and I think that's what people love about us, that we're able to say whatever we want to say, and we just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna turn it over as usual to my partner in crime, Elvante Pat.
So as you guys know, there is no making it. Monroe tried to finesse y'all saying we're gonna let y'all make it. There is no making it. We still gonna go hard. But tonight we're thinking about the American people, the moms, the fathers, the grandparents, whoever's at home with these kids. That's what we're talking to tonight. So make sure you tune in. Hey, put your seatbelt on because Gary, I want to go back to House District 142. So if you're listening, you know Harold Dutton, make sure you tag him. Make sure you tag everybody that ran for a race, even the person that was, I guess, the ghost. Please let her know that we will be on here. Tag them as well because I want to go back to that topic for sure. But anyways, let's talk about how to balance your kids, school, and work from home. Because that's the most important part that we're forgetting. That these moms have kids, they have school to take care of now, then they got to turn it around and work from home. That's not an easy task. Because number one, being a mom ain't an easy task. So I can only imagine what's like now in this time. Gary, he mentioned our ghetto. We also have to remember that this Matthews, Dr. Matthews, have kids of her own because we done sit and watch her kids come into the so I'm gonna throw it out there. What is home like right now? Katina was dealing with. Can you maintain a healthy lifestyle?
Okay. Can you all hear me? Because I'm having a lot of static. I think because I'm on my phone.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay. Hi, everybody. Those of you on Facebook, you all know how I am. Y'all know I keeps it real. So let me just say that it's not easy to come from work to home. You have your children, you have your husband, you have your neighbors, you have your friends calling you, people coming over. You have a lot of things that's going on. So it's not an easy job to take. And I know that the powers of be may think, oh, we going home. Hey, it's playtime. People are working harder at home than they were doing at the actual job. With kids asking for snacks and food and all types of things. There is no balance to that. And I can only speak on Black women. As Black women, we kind of accustomed to all this shit. We kind of accustomed to doing all. We the doctor, the nurse, the confidant, the friend, the wifely duties. We all it. So for us, we're coming to it knowing what we want to do and what we can do. The pressures that we're having is trying to feed our children on a budget, trying to feed our kids on a budget. And I wanted to tackle that for some parents who are on benefits, on the food stamps, the Social Security, SSI, SSD. Those parents, like when all of this started, guys, those parents didn't have an opportunity to run out and buy shit. Because if you think about when they received their stamps, there are people who receive their stamps on the 15th of the month. So if everybody ran out and got shit, they weren't able to get nothing. And then if they want something, they still gotta wait till the 15th of April in order to shop. I think that the Texas Department of Human Services, along with everybody in charge, should have pushed people's benefits up to the earlier part of the month if they could do that, so that those groups were able to get what they needed. Because our hoarders, and I'm gonna talk about you hoarders as well, all you people who had 15 bottles of hand sanitizer and 15 packs of toilet paper from Harvey, and you still had that shit in your garage, why didn't you go out and get something else? Selfish. You wasn't thinking about nobody else but your damn self. You wasn't thinking about the elderly that couldn't get out, who children were going to have to set aside a time for them to go and do the grocery shopping for their parents who live somewhere else. Y'all didn't think about that. Was some selfish ass shit. And I'm really pissed off about that. I'm pissed off about that, and I'm pissed off about the homeless. Yes, we talking about them being educated. Let me tell you something. I want everybody to stop thinking that Black people and Black moms and Black fathers don't care about their children's education, because that's a goddamn lie. We do care. And rest assured, we're sitting at home with our children, with our limited knowledge of what new age education is, trying our best to keep our kids up and moving and going so that they won't fall behind. So I just want to tell every parent, single mom, single dad, husband and wife team, or whatever, to keep your head up. Try to get to these organizations if you need it. Now, don't get me wrong. Someone quoted me as saying, I don't want the government to give out food stamps. I don't want the government to do it right now. We're trying to keep from having large crowds. The minute you tell Black people something is free, they're going to line up for that shit. And so then we're going to go back to having a whole bunch of people standing in a line. Nobody knows what 50 feet or 6 feet is or whatever. So they all up on your back trying to get benefits. I think that the vendors, they don't have anything in the stores for you anyway. So getting an allowance is not going to help you. And then also, I want to, while we edit, this is to help parents and moms. I also want to chastise Walmart, Kmart, all you vendors who allowed people to come in and gouge shit like you did. I blame you, because you could have set a limit from day one. 2 of everything, 2 of this, 2 of that. You know what you saw? You saw profit. You saw COVID-19, and at the end of that, you saw profit. I can clear my merchandise, my inventory. And so you wasn't thinking about single moms. You wasn't thinking about the moms or the elderly people who live on fixed income that doesn't come to the 5th or the 15th of the month, or the people who get paid twice a month who don't get paid but the 15th and the 30th. You didn't think about them. And I have a problem with that, because you're in business. And when you're in business, it's the people, just like y'all talking about constituents, this is the same thing with business. When you're in business, you need to know the people that's buying your shit. And you know those people were going to need those things, and you didn't give a fuck about that. And I take issue with your Walmart, Kmart, Walgreens, the mom and pop stores, the corner stores, the gas station. And for all you people who are price gouging, you selling shit like alcohol for $9, rubbing alcohol. Your ass, when this is all over, I'm reporting all y'all asses. I've taken pictures of it. Y'all selling bottles of water for $20. Negroes, look, I'm not paying no $20 for no water. And no single mama in the world is going to pay for it unless she has to, unless she's forced to, when it comes between paying her light bill and buying her children some shoes. What you think she going to choose? Because that ain't no choice. She don't, if you was willing to pay Paul and Peter before Corona, you still doing it now, keep doing it. And don't let them convince you not to pay your bills either. If you were paying your bills and you were struggling to pay your bills, continue to struggle to pay them. Because when they don't give your ass that money, instead of being 1 month behind, you're going to be 3 months behind. If you can't pay 1 month, you can't pay 2 months.
Hold that thought. Now, she done went off like Gary Monroe. She must have watched too many of your videos, because now she done check you out and she done came with it just like you.
No, I'm a female version of him.
Oh, I see. So, Dr. Matthews, how are you faring with the same situation? Because as I know that you have kids as well that's in school, and you even posted on Facebook today how you still running business as usual. So how is this affecting you?
Okay, well, one thing as far as dealing with me is that I have a real good support system with my family, because with being a business owner, it has its challenges, and it has, especially I have 4 kids, and the little one is 9 months old, so it's like it's a huge challenge. As far as with getting supplies and getting things in order, so we really didn't have the issue with getting the supplies because we kind of already seen that it was going to be a pandemic coming. We kind of already predicted it. So we didn't go and just buy whole shelves. We didn't do none of that. We just bought what we needed for our household. That's what we did. But see, what I had to kind of take the step further was because I'm not just responsible for my family. I'm responsible for other families. So I had to make sure that they had everything they need, and I had to make sure I was contacting licensing, and I was contacting CPS commission, both commissioners, deputy commissioner and commissioner, because I need to know, well, what policies, what procedures, what protocols do you all have in place with this pandemic? And you couldn't answer those questions. You was only giving me CDC guidelines, and that's general information. Everybody got that. You get that off Facebook. You can get that if you don't get nothing to eat. You know what I mean? So it's really a lot, because it's like I'm spread it thin, but it's doable, and I make it happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the main thing is that you can't be a weak woman when you have a family, or you can't be weak. You know what I mean? You have to adapt, and you have to apply, and you have to know your business. Because if you don't, then it's going to be an issue. Because even and I agree with Katina about the grocery situation. They should have had a limit on that shit from day one. Okay? I should not have to go into HEB. I should not have to go to all these different grocery stores to go and find water or find sanitizer. Good thing that we already had that in our office prior to this stuff. Right now, I had people that try to come at me to try to get me to sell them sanitizer. They want to buy these masks that I have a sign for them home. Nah, we're not doing none of that. You know what I mean? I even had family members asking for this stuff. No, because that's for my business. That's who that's for. Okay, I'm not selling nothing. I can get resources where you can go and get what you need. I will always go on Facebook and you go here to get this. Hey, you need to go and do this. So, if you don't have sanitizer, you can go get more and let you know when to go get it. So again, it was challenging for us at first. We got it down pat.
All right, so everybody do me a favor. If you're not talking, just give me a feedback. So if you're not talking, mute your mic and give me feedback. Katina, I need everybody to mute their mic at the moment because it's giving us feedback. There should be a mic on the way. Just press the mic and it gives us feedback. All right, great. So the quality of hearing should be a lot better now because everybody's outside sound isn't affecting what's going on. All right, Monroe, I want to bring you into this conversation because I read a Facebook message that you put out, or you was responding to someone saying that at this time we should be teaching our kids how to mow the grass, how to do check booking, and all this, stuff outside of what we would normally do in a classroom. And I totally agree because I feel like this is a time to get our kids ahead in life, not just ahead in the classroom, but ahead in life and on certain areas of what it's like to really live every day from day to day as an adult. Give us some feedback on what did you truly mean by we should be doing things outside of what the classroom, that math and science really looks like, rather than just doing math and science all day.
I mean, why does it take a pandemic for you to be a responsible parent? There are some things that you should be teaching your children on a daily basis. It doesn't take, a pandemic for you to teach your son how to mow the grass. The one thing I wasn't going to do when I had a house, I'm not finna pay these folk to come around here and cut no grass. Now, when I got a boy living in the house, man, go out there and cut that grass and learn how to edge that grass up. But the thing is I'm going to play devil's advocate. Me, I like to piss people off, and that's what I do on a daily basis. I don't feel sorry for some of these people. I really don't. I mean, because whenever we are in a situation, we start saying, well, we should do this, we should do that, it should be like this, it should be like that. You don't have to learn how to clean your house because now, you need to be in a sterile environment. Your house should be clean every day. See, me, I don't have to get ready. I stay ready. I don't have to get ready. I stay ready. So whether I was on public assistance or whether I was on, had a job that paid me $5 million a month, I'm gonna still be responsible with my money. I'm gonna still be responsible with my money. I'm gonna make sure that I got a safety net with money. See, there's a reason that you should save your money. There's a reason. Because you never know when shit gonna hit a bad spot. Now the thing is, I'm not asking you to save $1,000 a month. I'm saying you can save whatever you can save, $2, $3 a month, $2, $3 a week. Now I want you to think about that. Because you don't have to be rich to end up being wealthy. You just need to be smart. You just need to be smart. And see, right now, this pandemic is showing us that a lot of people have not been smart. They have not been smart. What happened to the days with grandma who I know a bunch of grandmas when I was growing up. They always had a freezer full of food. They always had a freezer full of food. But nowadays we got folk that's getting food stamps and they go and buy lobster. They don't make good decisions some days, man. And now that we're in a situation, it's like, I don't feel sorry for stupidity some days. I really don't. So yes, this is the time that you could teach your kids how to develop better study habits because you have the time to do that. You could teach them how to properly clean the house. Boys sometimes are worse than girls in their rooms. If you walk into a boy's room compared to a girl's room, you could teach them how, okay, when you get up in the morning, man, make your bed. It's the little things that we should be doing every single day, not just because it's a pandemic.
All right, Katina, it looks like you had something that you wanted to add to that. Feel free.
I do. Can you hear me? Okay. This is my thing. I agree with part of what you're saying. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. But what I'm going to argue, the point is when it comes, because I've worked in the sector of benefits, I want everybody to understand that not everybody that's receiving benefits is lazy ass black bitches. Not everybody who's receiving benefits misappropriate their funds. I'm arguing the point that the way the system works, people didn't get their monies in time enough to get what they needed. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying because I worked in the sector, I know of a woman who has 2 jobs and she doesn't still make enough money to feed her children, so she needs the benefits. But because her benefits come late, she didn't get an opportunity to go restock. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the lazy bitches who don't do shit. I'm talking about the mothers who do the right thing with the benefits that they have. And then I'm not only talking about those, I'm talking about our SSI and our SSD patients as well. I'm talking about that they have caregivers who have to go out for them, and they have to wait for their children, older children who have families of their own to work for them. As far as you're saying, having people to do different things other than the math and the science, I'm all for that. Teach your kids how to teach your kids how to survive it. Teach your children how to shoot up. I know y'all gonna hate this, but we all need to be prepared. Teach your children how to properly use a pistol. I'm just saying. Teach your children how to do anything outside that classroom that you know they will need. You can spend your time doing that, or just spend your time asking your children random shit, because you'll find out a lot about your children if you just ask them random questions. When you was over A May house, what y'all do? Things that you don't ask them because you're too busy working, doing your regular life, trying to provide a care for your husband and your children. Just randomly ask your children things. And then I want to tap on this also. Stay y'all ass at home. I know I've been saying this and I've been watching you all. And
Katina, Katina, you trying to take over our show? Hey, we're gonna get to that. Don't you add no more to what we already asking you. You cut that out.
Okay.
This is our show now. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
I'm sorry.
All right. No. So what y'all said was very key. Began to have them do other things, and I think is really key to that standpoint because a lot of times our lives are so busy. This time is making us sit our butts down. That's what it's doing. It's making us sit down and get our priorities truly together. But the problem is our kids have been raised by teachers, they've been raised by grandparents, they've been raised by the neighbors, and now we have to take responsibility for our own kids. It's very difficult for us to do so. So my thing is, I think it's very key that we give them strategies on how to do it because some people don't know how to be a parent. They might have a 15-year-old and only spent 15 days with that 15-year-old. So we have to remember that. A lot of these parents haven't really been parents for a long time. The coronavirus is making them sit down and be parents. Candace, what you got for us?
Actually, what's going on based on what's going on now is that we're getting a lot of kids coming to CPS because people messing their kids up because they don't know how to deal with their children. You know what I mean? And it's sad. And then on top of that too, it's like at the end of the day, you have to me, as far as being a parent is being aware and knowing everything that your kids is doing. Because you got some of these parents, they kids be up there making a damn bomb in they damn room, don't even know shit. See, how I run stuff in this household over here, I got cameras. I got everything that I can monitor. I can monitor what sites you looking at. Okay? So you ain't going over there thinking you going on trying to date somebody that's 50 years old. Not in this house, you ain't. Then you ain't coming in here sneaking no cell phone up in here either. And I don't have it on my phone to let me know it's a new device on my property. Okay? And then when you at school, you know that you got to fix that bed before you leave out this house. Because if not, and I go to them cameras and see that bed not fixed, you're going to get a whole screenshot. And when you get home, that phone is mine. So it's all about having structure and having things put in place. Now, with the little ones that I have, they'll take your whole damn house up if you don't watch that shit. And so I literally have to get them trained to like how I got the oldest one. You know what I mean? So it's a challenge. Because that little 3-year-old, that thing act like she 33. Whole problem out here.
Hey, it be like that. And I commend any and everybody with kids because as you guys know, I have 2 of them of my own. So I know the struggle. However, I just feel like when you've been a parent and you've been doing these things in routine, helping with homework, giving baths and having conversations with your kids is nothing new that you have not done. However, I'm going to constantly say that this virus has caught us unprepared. I'm not talking about just our elected officials, but in our households. Because like you said, Monroe, you shouldn't just not be cleaning your house now when you should have been cleaning your house a long time ago, but you just now deciding to clean your house. So my thing is, hey, now that we have a chance to get prepared, we need to stay prepared. Stay prepared. Also, I think that it's a key time for us to learn the stock market. Because the last time the stock market truly looked like this was the early 1900s. And that's what some of the things that we're not talking about in our households, what the stock market looking like and when to invest and when not to invest. That's just some of the things that we need to teach our kids math and finance on, because you're talking about the bank. The bank is just an entity, but finances are an entity. That's something that's going to build you wealth. And
as there to be a class in school about financial literacy, to be honest, because okay, let's just be clear. You gonna use an algebra problem in real freaking life? No, you're not gonna use no algebra problem. Okay, what you gonna be using? I need to know if I don't pay this bill, then where do I put this other money? Or better yet, I need to know, what about my credit score? What is it that I need in order to be able to purchase a vehicle? What is it that I need in order to be able to purchase a home? You see what I'm saying? No algebra question ain't gonna teach you that. Okay, go ahead.
I got a good question for all three of you guys to answer this. Last summer, I took a trip to Europe, and one thing I noticed is that they have family time where they pretty much a half a day before they have to go off to their family and be a family. In America, we're working around the clock to make sure we pay mortgages, house notes, and all kind of. What should that look like moving forward? Because now they're counseling. You can't get your mortgage doesn't have to be paid right now. Rent doesn't have to be paid right now. Should we fix our system during this time, or should we remain the same and just go like nothing's happening? Monroe, what can we do to fix the system of America's actually being family oriented rather than work oriented?
You want it real or you want to sugarcoat it?
Hey, be real. You know how you do it.
Hey, man, we need to realize we fucked up. People make time for what they want to make time for, man. They make time for what they want to make time for. If you want to have family time, sit down and eat with your family, that's what you gonna do. If you want to be out pussy popping, that's what you gonna do. If you want to be out with your side chick, that's what you gonna do. Your family and your kids become a priority when you make them a priority.
And I'm gonna rebuttal you real fast, and then I'm gonna give it to Katina. I totally disagree with you on that note, and I'm gonna disagree because of the simple fact that I'm gonna disagree to a certain extent. I'm gonna disagree because I feel like, let's just use me for an example. I can only go off my own personal perspective and my own opinion. But for me, getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, headed to a school to teach kids that's not mine from 7 to 4:30, and then get home about 5:30, I'm tired. I'm dead tired because I didn't work with everybody else's kids. So by the time I get to I do homework. Man, that's not family time. Homework is not family time. So the time that you're talking about, I really don't have, because my kids got to be in the bed between 7:30 and 8. What family time do they really get? Let's really call a spade a spade here.
Well, what about the weekend? Because y'all off on weekends, right? That's family time, right?
Oh, I agree with the weekends and all that, but what about that parent has to work 2 jobs just to put food on the table? So then what? Yeah, I have the luxury of having.
One of the biggest problems out there right now is people have to make the decision: is this pandemic real or is it bullshit? Because now you got to figure out if you got to go out there and still go up in these buildings to work for these people and make them rich. See what I'm saying? So when you thinking about, and I teach this to kids every day when I'm out mentoring them, when you think about what you want to be in life, I think that you need to, you can be whatever you want. Just own the motherfucking company. So when you own the company, you set your own motherfucking time. See, me, I told my mom when I was young that I would retire at 45. Guess what she told me? She said, you better have a motherfucking plan. And at 45 years old, I worked my behind off until I was 45, invested my money, saved the right way. At 45, I was done. I was done. But no matter where I worked at, no matter how hard I worked, I made my family a priority. So if I was tired, I wasn't tired when it was time to sit down and have that discussion with my sons and daughter. I wasn't tired when it was time to sit down and have dinner, because that's what comes with being a parent. But see, it's too tough for us. Well, if it's too motherfucking tough, keep your dick in your drawers and keep your motherfucking pussy closed. That's how I feel about it.
Well, so and the short terms of what Monroe just said, you need to learn how to write the front of the check rather than the back of the check. And I'm going to let that settle for you for a second. Once again, Monroe basically in everything he just said, he said learn how to write on the sign the front of the check rather than the back of the check. For you guys that's kind of like, what is he talking about? When you get a check, you sign the back of it to cash it. When you own the business, you sign the front of it to give to somebody else. So therefore, learn how to sign the front of the check rather than the back of the check. Katina, what you have for us? We can't hear you, Katina. Oh, we still can't hear you. So we're going to move on until you get your mic fixed. Candace, what was you going to say?
What was it that you had just said? Oh, about the checks. Yeah, because see, I'm just going to tell y'all straight up, for me as being a mother and also being a business owner, it's really hard because I have to be able to balance being a wife, being a mother, and then making sure I'm that mother that put my foot in the kid's ass if you ain't taking care of your business, holding them accountable. You know what I mean? Because if I do that to elected officials and I do that to candidates, do you think I don't do that in my own household? Because you want privileges, you have to earn them. You know what I mean? If you want all these luxuries, I don't mind buying you the world, but you gonna take care of your business, because if not, I'm taking it back. It's all about cause and effect. You make good grades, you get good things coming to you. You do something bad, then you get something bad that's gonna happen to you. I mean, it's the law of physics. This is simple. This is easy stuff. But like I said, it's kind of hard as far as with balancing everything, because I feel like I'm being stretched all different ways. You know what I mean? Because not only am I a business owner, but I write policies for child welfare on the federal level, state level. I'm all the time in DC. I'm all the time traveling. And it's like I still have to keep things going even if I'm not there. Like my husband is really my backbone too, because he really helps me out tremendously with the kids, because like it's like I haven't left. You know what I mean? But that's why I was saying it's all about having a good support system, because at the end of the day, somebody got to get out there and take care of the family. Somebody got to get out there and get the money to take care of your family. Otherwise, I'll be taking your kids. Okay? That's how they go.
We gotta watch what we say now, because Candace talking about taking your kids. Not your husband, but your kids. Katina, can you good now? Oh, you might have to log off and come back on because we still can't hear you. So log off and come back on because we can't hear you. So we're gonna move on. So I'm a big
let me say this here, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, as a parent, it's certain things that I don't do. You know, when my kids would bring their report cards home and they would like, man, I made the honor roll. All right, man, I'm going to take a bath. Well, man, I made the honor roll. You don't get no motherfucking extra shit for doing what you supposed to do. You supposed to make the honor roll. I'm not trying to reward you for the average shit. Do some extraordinary shit. Because that come with the game that they play. I just feel like nowadays we have too many excuses as parents because we can't make it work. We can't make it work. I just believe that, one, we have enough money for whatever we have enough money for, and we spend money on what we want to spend it on. And we don't find time for what we want to really find time for. That's just how I feel. I think Katina can talk now.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me? Okay, good. Okay, so I wanted to address something that Gary said about making time for your family. I'm in agreement with him to a degree with that. You have to make time with your family. You're a parent. That's what you signed up for. It's not the child's fault or your fault that you have to work and go out work. But you, at some point, like she said, like the doctor said, you have to take the weekends out for it, or you have to find a way to ease yourself. You have to do what you want to do. If you want to spend time with your children, you got to find a way to spend time with your children if that is important to you. And if you have somebody to help you, a husband, a spouse, or whatever, utilize that. But at some point, you got to say, oh, look, I don't work 80 hours already. Time out. I need to go do something with Becky. I need to go do something with James. I need to do something. If you're a teacher, and I'm not saying teachers get off every summer, I don't know, but if you are, some days you are off. When the children are off, don't do no work. Tell your school, fuck that. I'm going to take my kids somewhere. Don't call me. We need to learn to turn the phone off. We need to stop bad chasing. Our problem is we all about money. That's all we fucking care about. That's all our children care about. That's all the millennials care about. They ready to sacrifice being this to be easy money. They want to be dancers and prostitutes and escort service ladies because they want easy money. You know why? Because nobody is spending time with them. And I'm not knocking dancers. I'm not knocking that. I'm simply saying that we want easy money so much that we give up and sacrifice everything for that easy money. Sacrifice that shit for your children. Make that important to you like your money is important to you. I hear everybody always talking about the damn bed. Okay, you need money to survive, but it's how you want to survive. Can you live a comfortable life on what you're getting? Can you be happy and then still have your children and your husband, your family without being a millionaire?
Right.
I want to be. I'm a business owner. I'm a caterer as well. I want to do what the doctor is doing. I'm 47 years old. I went back to college 4 years ago. I graduated May the 9th from TSU. So
You didn't graduate from TSU May the 9th. This is shut down.
Well, you know, that was the original plan. They're gonna mail me my diploma. You know, I'm not gonna. The commencement was May the 9th, but we online. What I'm saying is, I went back to school 4 years ago. I'm 47 years old. We make time for what's important. It was important to me to go back to get another degree because the one I had wouldn't accept me because of who I was 40 years ago, 30 years ago. You understand? So what I'm saying is we make time for what is important to us. So what's important to you? Is the children important enough for you to tell the job, hey, look, y'all lie if y'all want to go to the casino. I'm sick. I need 2 days off. Do the same thing for your children.
So,
I'm sick and take
hold that note. We're gonna put you on a 2-minute time frame because you get to go in 15 minutes. You be feeling yourself, don't you? I'm just picking. But Candace, what you got?
Okay, now see with my business, it's like it's a different ball game because I'm on call 24/7, right?
You are.
Because we got kids coming in the system like every 3-4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
It may be times that I may have to get out the bed and go on the crime scene because a kid has been sexually abused and I have to go in a set, right?
Yeah.
It may be times that I don't have nothing going on. You know what I mean? Like I could be chilling, not doing nothing, then all of a sudden I gotta go. You know what I mean? And so that was something that I explained to my husband before we had even got married. Like, hey, my phone gotta stay on, okay? Because what happens is that if I don't answer that call, and let's just say a child die in one of my homes or die in care, who you think they're coming after? You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's levels to how this stuff works. So to me, it's like you have to be able to plug it in the way that you can, but you have to have a real good staff to take care of the business as well. And you have to have a real good support system to make sure you're taking care of your family. Because guess what? I ain't having my kids going to CPS because I'm over here trying to take care of somebody else's kids. You see what I'm saying? So you got to level that stuff out. It's kind of hard, but you got to do it. Got to do it.
All right, look, check it out. I'm about to drop a gem based off of everything everybody just added. I just thought about the gem. One thing we have to stop doing as Americans, we have to stop raising kids, start raising adults. Turning 18 years old, they still have a child mentality and not adult mentality. So we have to get out of the mentality as parents and start raising adults. Because when you think about finances, a kid don't have to think about finances, but adult does. So a lot of these problems that we're having is because we're constantly raising kids. So now when your kid turns a certain age, it's time to raise them as an adult and show them how to be an adult, a responsible adult at that. So I want everybody on Facebook Live, everybody, however you're watching this, YouTube, to know that stop raising kids and start raising adults. Yes, I'm talking to you, that parent that is cuddling their child all the way through 18 years old and say, I don't understand why my son don't want to leave my home because you made it too comfortable. That's what happened. That's what's happening in our household. Stop making your kid comfortable. Start raising adults. From the age that they can ride a bike, that means they can make a decision. And in this world, it's tough to make a decision. So start making your kids make decisions. All right, that was my little there. So as we continue to move, Monroe, I'm gonna let you kind of time in now because, like I said, I know that you have your feelings very heavy in what way we should go and what we should be doing with our kids right now. Because as a parent from the outside looking in, like I said, it's tough. It's stressed out. From my understanding, you don't have any kids at home. So tell us what you're seeing from the outside looking in on our standpoints.
Well, one of the major issues is there has to be boundaries. There's levels to this shit when you're a parent. And one of the first boundaries that parents need to understand and their kids need to understand, something I taught my kids at an early age. I ain't your motherfucking friend. I ain't your motherfucking partner. I'm your father. And there's a big difference. So don't handle me like I'm your friend. Don't handle me like I'm your partner or your grill will be on the floor. That's the first thing we need to do. Secondly, you don't have no privacy in my house when you a kid. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm going in your room, I'm going in your phone, is whatever. Secondly, I don't owe you shit. So no matter what you do, you're gonna earn every fucking thing you get in this house. You're gonna earn it. Now I made sure that all my kids had cars at 16 years old. And they earned it. I told the oldest one, your curfew is this time, 12 o'clock on the weekend. 12:05, you're going to have a fucking problem. Did it one time, 12:05. I didn't say shit. She woke up the next morning screaming. I'm like, what's the problem? My car gone. Somebody stole my car. No, they ain't steal your shit. I got up this morning and sold it. Because I told you what it was. Now, because I've done that, I look at my 25-year-old who owns her own business now. I look at my 23-year-old who owns her own business now. And the biggest arguments we have right now as a unit is who got the flyest car. Because one, we all work for ourselves. If you want your child to be great, you're going to have to instill greatness in them. You're going to have to instill greatness in them. And if you don't have it inside of you, you have to realize what your flaws are. Then you're going to have to talk to some people. If you know in your heart you've not been a great parent, then you're going to have to talk to some people. What am I doing wrong? See, right now during the pandemic, there's levels to this shit. Food is scarce. You'll just go up in there and get to cook all motherfucking day long. Nah, it don't work like that. I think you need to count the motherfucking sheets on them toilet rolls, nigga. Because they ain't got no toilet paper out there. You'll be scratching your ass with the sports page. So, at the end of the day, there's levels to this shit, dog. You want your child to be great, you're going to have to be a great parent. And at the end of the day, no matter what we do with some of these kids, some of them just don't get it. Now, when they ain't getting it, You let the world bust them in their ass. They'll get it real fast then. Stop playing with them. But let a child stay in a child's place. Stop being their motherfucking friend.
So,
can I say
what you
something?
got? Gotcha. Go ahead.
Gary Monroe, you sure right about that one. Because let me tell you something. I ain't had none of my kids' friends. It's boundaries that are in place over here. You understand what I'm saying? One thing that you're not gonna do, because my grandma used to always say this. My grandma from Louisiana. My grandma used to say, when you play with a dog, it'll lick you in the mouth. Okay? So you don't play with kids.
Yeah.
You got to know who the adult is, and you got to know who is in charge. Even when they become adults, you still have to have those boundaries set to this day. Because like my mom and my dad is dead and go, bless his heart. But one thing, their respect level is there.
So when does a kid become an adult?
When does a kid become an adult? That was the question, right?
Yep.
For me, I believe a kid becomes adult when they can make a decision. And the reason why I say that, no, I'm not saying that I'm going to expect them to pay bills and they get to run my household. No, I'm not stating that, but I am training them up to be a productive citizen in this world. So that moment that I feel like they can make a decision is the moment I feel like that I can train them up to be an adult, if I answered your question properly.
No, me and you gonna differ on that one. You become an adult when you can financially take care of your motherfucking self. I don't need you running your motherfucking mouth in my eyes, and you can't financially take care of your motherfucking self. So when you financially take care of yourself, you get the fuck up out of here.
And my thing is, number one, that's why a lot of our kids don't own their own businesses, because we never taught them how, because we felt like they're supposed to do as we say rather than do as we do. Because a lot of us are sorry ass parents. Let's really call a spade here. So my thing is, at the end of the day, when a kid can make a decision, we should be able to train them to sit out there on that corner to sell lemonade if, you know, that's their business or whatever it is, because at this point we're waiting too late. When they turn 18, you can't say, all right, because you work at McDonald's now, I can train you up to be an adult. No, I disagree with that.
What I'm saying is, how the fuck you gonna run your mouth in my house and you can't buy your own motherfucking drug?
You're still gonna be a child in my house, but I'm going to train you up and train you to be an adult.
I'm gonna give you an example, and then I'm gonna give the floor to Katina.
Okay.
My baby girl wanted to get fly by the mouth one day. So my wife wasn't at home. She knew I was crazy. So I tell her, I always had a set of rims in the garage. So I tell her, take one of them rims, roll it out there on the corner, and you stop every car that's passing by and ask them what kind of rims they got. Make me a fucking list. I made her sit in that sun. It was about 90 degrees for about 4 hours. She came back. My wife pulled up. She said, what's she doing? I say, get out of my business. And then she came back. I got the list. It's about 50 people on here, and these the type of rims they got. I say, go back out there again. She went back out there for an hour. She came back. She say, why you making me do this? I say, one, you running your mouth like a motherfucking bopper. And if you're going to be a motherfucking bopper, you need to know what the fuck them boys sitting on out there. I ain't had a problem out of her since. Because if you're going to be out there just throwing yourself out there as a woman and just worrying about what a dude riding on, you need to know what he riding on. I taught my girls hard lessons. I depended on the wife to teach them how to be women. And I was the dirty old man. So I already know the type of dude you don't need to be fucking with. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that before you can make a decision. If you feel you grown, call that motherfucking real estate agent and get the fuck up out of my eyes. Because if you can't pay your own motherfucking bills, you ain't no motherfucking grown person.
And damn sure don't be talking noise in somebody else's house. So I definitely agree with that one. You're right about that. But then, you know what, though? But let's just take it like this, though. What about, how can you raise a child and they see you doing dysfunctional stuff? You see what I'm saying? So how can you tell a child what to do when you dysfunction? You know, tell me what y'all take on that.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I'm mic muted. There you go.
Did y'all hear the question I just asked? I said, how is it that you have parents that do dysfunctional stuff. Like, for instance, let's say you got a woman that got about 30 different men coming in and out that house. How you going to teach your child not to be a hoe? You got a man that's running here messing with thoughts all day long. How you going to tell your son to not lick a damn thought? You have to
Rules
leave.
of the stripping game, partner.
So guess what? How can you teach your children when you live a dysfunctional life your damn self? Bring it on.
Katina.
Okay, so I have several things I would like to just mention. Like, I believe in both Gary and, how do you say your name? Elvante. This is my thing. A child in your home is not an adult. If they're a child in your home and they're not taking care of anything, they don't have any bills, they're not bringing anything to the table, they can't provide for themselves, they need everything from me, then you are still a child. Because until you can take care of yourself and you no longer need it, you are a child. Now, is my child intelligent enough to know right and wrong? Is my child intelligent enough to learn something different that's going to take them and make them independent of me? That's the question. And what age you say? 13, 10, 12? What age is when they know right from wrong? When you're teaching them that the stove is hot and they touch it any goddamn way and burn themselves, how old is that? 2? So it just depends on how and what you are doing to provide the knowledge and the way for your child to be grown, to get up at your house and live grown. Because you could be 22 years old living in the house with me. You're not an adult. I consider you a child. Why? Because I pay your cost of living. And until you can pay your own cost of living, we're going to live how Katina want to live. Now, if you want to live how Denise want to live, you got to get out of Katina's house to live how Denise want to live. That's adulthood to me. You can't be dependent on somebody and then say, I'm grown, I'm 18. Age is a number. And 18
grown, get the fuck out.
Just makes you more than 17, less than 6. That's 20. That's it to me.
And
on Wednesday, and you turn 18 on a Thursday, you ain't learned shit in a day.
And
you
my thing is,
and a child to me. Now, to answer the doctor's question, you can't. If you are a hoe, most likely your daughter gonna be a hoe. If your son if you are a pimp, most likely your son gonna be a pimp. If you haven't showed them anything else, now you can say to them, "Don't do what I do. Be better than me." But you would have to give them the tools to do that. And the only tools you gave them is a dick and a vagina, that's how they gonna get their money. I'm just saying that you can't. You do have to show your child the way. You have to show them the way. Yes, we make mistakes. Yes, we are a parent. We're not perfect. But if you want your child to be better than you, you have to show them better. I have raised 8 children in this household. Me and my husband. 8 kids, 4 boys, 4 girls. And we've done it on 1 salary, sometimes 2 salaries. But we have taught them things that have made them better than we will ever be. And we showed them the struggle, but we also showed them the good part of it. It's perception. And it's all about what you want your children to see. As far as COVID-19 is concerned, you know what we ought to be showing our children? How to survive and shit like this. We need what we have going on now, we're in survival mode. How are you showing your children that's sitting at home how to survive the next COVID-19? What are you preparing them for in 20 years? This shit happens again.
Shit, I grew up in the CUNY home 19.
Come on now. I married my husband from the CUNY home. We creeping up in this bitch right now. And by 19. Here, man, 17 years and 8 kids, and I got him out the CUNY home. Where you come from don't mean shit. I'm born and raised in the 3rd Ward area. We went whenever our mama couldn't pay rent, we moved. I done lived on 2M Dialing, every street in the hood. That don't mean shit. I'm an educated hood rat, if that's what you want to call me, because I love my hood. But I'm an educator. I got educated. I took all my children children to TSU back in the day, line them up on the wall and beg the professors to let them sit outside. They don't have shit to do with you. Can be from the hood and be thug got smart. Because I'm an intelligent
I think you missed what I was saying. I don't have to teach them how to deal with COVID-19. I grew up in Third Ward, Texas. I can deal with any motherfucker.
Well, that ain't the same as COVID-19.
Ain't nothing thrown at me right now. Limited food, not being able to work. Shit, I grew up when my mom only made $119 a week. If a motherfucker done forgot the rules of the game, that's why they gotta play catch up right now.
But that's what you gotta teach the children, though. That's what you have to teach your children, and your children have to teach them how your mama taught you. That shit ain't just gonna come to them. You had to teach them that. You had to teach them that.
You gotta be innovative with your kids. You gotta be innovative because times have changed, but the game has. So
exactly,
you just have to you have to be a little bit innovative because these kids are smart and they're very clever. Because let me tell you something right now. You got kids that got cell phones and internet and all this kind of stuff. You better know what your kids looking at. Then on top of that, when you're not at the house, you better make sure you got cameras and audio where you can hear everything in that motherfucker before you leave.
I don't think
I was at a nail shop and I saw the owner. They kept looking at their phone. I realized that they had cameras all over their house, watching their children do their homework, washing dishes. The one child did. So I saw that. I said, and someone said that's wrong. He's violating their rights. They ain't got no damn rights.
Baby, I will bust through every one of them goddamn doors in this house. And don't nobody close no doors up in here. Now, when you want to go, you go in that restroom and change your clothes and all that stuff. I need to see every damn thing.
No closed doors.
I need to see it all.
Yeah.
Because you ain't
like that.
Here with no drugs. You ain't coming up in here being a hoe. Ain't none of that going on around here.
Well, see, I think this here. One, I ain't finna watch no motherfucking cameras to figure out if you're doing your homework. I'm gonna go when I go visit that school. Two, I ain't worried about what the fuck you doing in that room because I'm gonna be in that motherfucker more than you.
But you know what though? We have the app in Klein IZ. We got the app on the phone, and we go in the teacher's grade book, and I be holding them teachers account. Why you ain't put these grades in here this week?
But this is the thing, though. This is the thing. This is what I want y'all to understand. That I believe children are like cakes. You just can't put a cake in the oven and expect it to come out perfect. You have to put the right ingredients. You have to have everything right in order to get what you want out of the product. And I feel like that's when I say that we have to begin to train our kids to understand what it is to be adults. No, I'm not saying you get a chance to talk back to me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is now I'm teaching you how to make a decision. I'm going to implement these little things to make you a productive citizen in this world. That's what I say when I'm saying raise up a child. I'm saying now figure out how I'm going to teach you how to write a checkbook. I'm going to teach you little things like that. And that's teaching them how to become an adult. No, I'm not saying I'm teaching you how to talk back to me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm going to teach you respect. I'm going to teach you yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm teaching you how to respond to people as an adult. Not, oh, you running around here because you are the adult. No. But it's too many times I see parents be controlled by their kids. So my thing is, no, I'm not saying go let your kids control you. Heck no, that's not what I'm saying. But you have to, my 2-3-year-old, she understands. At the end of the day, you say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Period. I don't want to hear that's raising them up to understand to respect others. It's too late when they turn 18. Talking about you're supposed to say yes, ma'am to them. Nope, it's too late. You should have taught them that a long time ago. That was a part of your job a long time ago that you failed to do. So my thing is, as parents, we have to quit raising kids as kids and start preparing them to become an adult. Because once they hit 18, 19 years old, that system gonna lock their ass up. You can't say that's my baby. They're looking at adult at that point. And
you know what? I agree with you, Ante. I agree with you 100% on that because let me tell you something. My 12-year-old, I bring her behind to learn this business. You understand what I'm saying? I'm showing you how to do expense reports. I'm showing you how to do a budget. I'm showing you about policies, procedures on how this business works. Because guess what? Us as Black people, we do not leave wealth to our kids. See, the white folks do it. They leave wealth to their kids.
And we can't be mad at them for doing it.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm leaving wealth to mine.
No, but hold on, Monroe. But if we go down the same system of saying, do as my grandparents taught me to do, I'm not going to have shit either. Let's call a spade a spade. They did not know how to create wealth, because if they knew how to create wealth, we all have wealth. So some of us are starting to create this wealth.
But you know what? You got some
I disagree with you.
To be receptive. Okay, you got some folks that don't want to be receptive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, leaders are not just born. Okay,
leaders are
trained. Okay, and so you have to be able to train leaders. You see what I'm saying? See, at the end of the day, what I notice on how a lot of white folks, what they do with their kids, see, they expose their kids. They take their kids out the country. They take their kids all these different places. That's what they do. And then even when I lived in Korea, the Koreans, their kids go to school 6 days a week. And then when they out of school, they got them in piano. They got them in English. They got them in taekwondo. They keep their asses busy. You see what I'm saying? And then wonder why they're always ahead of us. You see what I'm saying? You have to be able to leave wealth for your kids.
But you also have to look at the standpoint of, in a lot of these households, that's a partnership that they have with their kids. That's what I'm saying. When you go to other countries and you start seeing how their kids are being raised, they're being raised as partnerships. There's a partnership between a parent and a child. Because if your child can't come home and have a real conversation with you, it's a problem in that household, because they're going to begin to hide shit from you. So my thing is, you have to understand that they're a partnership.
One of the biggest mistakes that we've ever made is, we trying to be like other people too much. We see, back in the day, dog, we did have wealth. We got tricked out of it. We did have land. We got tricked out of it. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what anybody tells me. I don't need to raise my kids like a white person raised theirs. I don't.
I'm talking
about what you're saying about creating wealth. What we teach people in financial literacy is we don't leave a legacy for our children. What we leave our children when we die is debt. They in debt when they put you in the fucking ground.
But you know what? Pay
for the funeral.
But see, the black family was the strength. The black family was the strength. You know what I mean? We had, back when my parents, all Monroe parents, all them, you had the grandma and the grandpa, they had that family structure. They had that family foundation. You see what I'm saying? Then when you turn around doing this other stuff to where you make it where the woman don't need the man, the woman don't need this and that was all designed to break up black families, because that was the foundation that we had.
And then once they broke you up, they made you believe that you had to raise them a different way.
Now, and then that's what keep me in business.
Can I say something? I just want to say this because I'm listening to you guys talk, and I know I'm going to step on some toes because everybody don't want to recognize, but I agree with you. The black family has been broken down into segments, into individuals. Every woman want to be independent. I don't need no man, but you don't know whether or not your children need that man. You haven't thought about it. I think that we have broken the black family, and I also think that we have also allowed people to do what Gary said. We got to live like white people, Chinese people. I don't want to live like that. Black people are different from other people, just like Chinese people are different. Nobody tells them how to live. Nobody tells them to go mimic after this culture or that culture. You know how many people are mimicking black culture? We don't respect our own culture and our own life. I don't want to live like anyone else. I want to live like Katina, this black, beautiful woman that I am, and raise all these black, beautiful children. That's what I want to do. And I can do that if people stop breaking up my black family by separating our men. I told Gary, I want to do a segment about child support and how the black men are treated when it pertains to child support, how that third party entity has come in and ruined the black family. You know why? Because they have made the black man the enemy, and they have made the black woman the person that's sending him to the slaughter. So I agree with both of you. I agree at this point, I want to be a woman with children and a husband that can live the way I'm supposed to live. I don't want to live like the white man. Because look at his history. I'm a historian. Look at his history. Why would I want to live
It's not about, to me, it's not about raising my kids like a Chinese person or the white man. My thing is, at this moment in time, what we have to understand is we're talking about wealth. We're not talking about African American wealth. We're talking about the white man's wealth. They created what wealth looks like. So if they created what wealth,
we should be talking about the African American wealth.
no, when I say that, we didn't
We
create.
should, because you know what's holding us
We didn't
back?
create
What's
the
holding
system.
us back is what's holding us back is if we think we need somebody else to make us wealthy. This
No,
woman
that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what you said.
right here. She has a whole bit. She has a business that's gonna take her from here to there. When she says she needs to pass that on
Put a
to
pin in
me.
it.
She needs to
Put a
pass
pin
that
in it.
on to somebody else.
Right, put a pin in it. Check it out. Go look at our state house right now of our elected officials. You show me how many of them are black. You show me how many people that's in the U.S. Senate that are black that's creating the rules of our wealth. That's what I'm telling you. They're creating the rules of our wealth. So if they're creating the rules of the wealth, you got to learn how to play their game. Monopoly has already had rules. You can't go recreate the rules of the Monopoly.
Let's try this a
In
different
order
way.
for you to
If
do
you
that,
want the rules to be changed, it's a simple process. We can get any rule changed pertaining to wealth that we want. When we stop spending our motherfucking money with them and they can't make no money off us, then they'll change this shit to benefit us. But as long as we got a crazy motherfucker in the White House that's talking about we coming off the pandemic by Easter, all that's designed to do is put money in big corporations' pockets.
That I hear you. I hear all of that. But at the same time, just like she brought up child support, he doesn't make child support laws. But the state house make those laws. We elect those individuals that's making these laws. So my thing is, we have to be smarter about how we play the game. No, I'm not saying go be like the white man. No, I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, you have to study your enemy. Candace will tell you best. Hey, you got to know your enemy better than you know anybody else. If he consider our enemy, how are you going to get his wealth and you don't know him?
I'm gonna tell you like this here.
You
I'm the only African American that was young that opened a business like that. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a good god doggone, because guess what? The way how you play this game is knowing their rules and their regulations, and you tear their ass up with it. That's what you do. You knowing your laws and you knowing your business and you knowing how to hold their ass to the fire, that's your power. When you have something and you don't know what the hell you doing, that's how they can manipulate your ass.
But this is my thing. I'm not under the impression that all Black Americans don't know the game. See, this is my thing. I'm not just I'm not just to take away from nobody. Black people know what's going on in the world. They know what these white people have done and what they're doing. They know the game.
No, that's not what I'm
talking about. They don't want to get in the game and stick in the game. You stuck to your You're saying no, but you're shaking your head no, but you cannot convince me that Black people don't know the way of the world.
Okay, let's give an example.
They don't.
With the
you cannot convince me of that.
No, I can't talk at one time.
Fast, real quick. The line of work that I do, right? And Gary Monroe, you can back me up on this, right? Okay. A lot of the people that are African American providers are scared to speak the hell up. Because you know why? Because the state people come in your place and they know your shit ain't together. And they can close your ass down. You see what I'm saying? But when you stay ready, it keeps you from getting ready, and that makes you powerful to where they can't touch your ass. And you know the regulations. You know that you can hold their ass accountable. That is how you beat and play the game.
Okay,
so touch your money because you know how to keep that money.
Okay, so you're telling me that people that come into what I'm saying is, I don't want people to go away thinking that Black people don't know the game. If you ain't got your shit ready, whose fault is that?
So no. This is what
I'm asking a question.
I'm about to answer that for
If
you.
a person is into business, like she said, and the reason why people can come in and get in and bring them down is not because they didn't know the game, it's because they didn't have their shit together.
No.
But see, it's about running your business above reproach.
Exactly.
So this is the thing. We sit here and
I agree with you.
all right, everybody got mute because I'm getting feedback, and then I hand it over to you guys. So one thing I want you guys to understand, just like we just said, there's a game being played. Number one, let's just use this as an example. I guarantee you I can go pull so many businesses right now, and more people have LLCs that's African American that have corporations. Right now, everybody's looking at tax breaks. If you have a corporation, you're going to get a tax break. If you're an LLC, you're going to go underwater. And they know that the population of African Americans with LLC, small businesses, are going to go underwater. That's a part of the game. These people, our people, don't know that part of the game. They haven't been privy to that part of the game to understand that you need a corporation and not an LLC, because now you're playing a tax game. It's not about how many businesses you can own. It's about how you can pay these taxes and keep the money that you're gaining. Right now, LLC, you're giving out money. You're not getting money. So a corporation is showing you how to keep the money that you have. That's what white people are fighting us about. But we're not seeing that. So that hasn't been taught to our people. So what I'm saying is I have to teach that to my girls. This is how you get wealth in America. You need to have a corporation and figure out how you're going to cut down on these taxes that you have to pay, because you as an individual are going to pay 50% of taxes off everything you earn. You're going to give back to 50% back to the government. When you earn that in an LLC, you're going to give 40% back to the government. When you have a corporation, they will only tax what you don't spend and what you don't invest.
But see,
That's
this
I don't know.
So let me dive in here for a second.
Huh?
So I'm gonna turn my hat backwards because I am a licensed financial advisor. So you're talking about tax breaks, right? When are you taxed? And this is strictly for Elvante. When are you taxed the most?
I'm taxing
Regardless of what you own at any.
You went out. I'm not hearing you.
Well, when he get back on, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: what black people got to do, they got to stop running mom and pop type businesses and run your business above reproach. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You know what? A lot of our people get in trouble. They got black businesses because you are doing misappropriation of funds. You know what I'm saying? They get greedy. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we can't run effective and efficient businesses. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be the one that have to be like, look, I'm not gonna run this mom and pop kind of business like this. I'm gonna run my stuff above reproach. I am going to do it the way how it's supposed to be done. You see what I'm saying? You cannot have cut no corners.
What did I say? Quick money. They want quick money. They
want to turn around and say that they got a business, but then you can't keep it.
Exactly.
So my solution to all of that is, Candace, train your kids up to run that business. Because
Candace,
at the end of the
train me to run a business. We got to be willing to learn from somebody else as well. That's something that we don't do. I have heard you, sister, today. Let me tell you, I have heard you today, and you have to be willing to learn from someone else. You have to be willing to close your mouth, and you have to be willing to. And I heard you today, just so you know.
So I believe that when a kid turns 5, you can begin to train. I got you, Monroe. When a kid turns 5, you can begin. You have 15 years to train them up to do whatever it is that you want them to do in a business. You got 15 years. You don't have to teach them.
Follow you.
So Elvante, my question to you was, when are you taxed the most?
When I'm an employee and I'm making money on somebody else's dime, because I got to give 50% of that back to the government.
You don't need to keep going because you're wrong.
Come on.
You are taxed the most when you die.
I disagree.
No, that is a proven fact, my brother. When you die and you own these corporations, when you own them, you got all this money, they're gonna tax you 47% of what the fuck you got.
I disagree.
You can disagree, bruh. You are a teacher. I am a licensed financial advisor.
Let me give it to you. Let me give it to you, financial advisor. Let me give it to you. And Candace, you can chime in whenever you're ready, but let me give it to you. Number one, if you go to a white man, you ask him what he owns, he's going to tell you he owns nothing. Everything is owned by that corporation. The corporation is what's owned everything by a white man. A white man don't worry about credit because his business is his credit.
My brother, when you get the opportunity, no, I'm not giving that to you about no white man. I'm telling you what I know.
Hold on.
I'm telling you what I teach people every day.
Hold on. And then when you die,
tomorrow, they gonna tax your fucking estate 47% of what you got.
No. What's gonna happen is when I pass away, it's gonna go to my kids because they're gonna be part owners of the corporation that I own. So it doesn't go tax. It's going to them.
Respect. So, no, let me stop you, youngster. See, the problem with you youngsters is y'all have got a little bit of book sense.
No, that's not book sense. That's playing the game, understanding the game. Understanding how they playing. They playing Monopoly, and if you ain't playing right, you're gonna lose. Number one, you lose what's in your name. You know
why I don't teach motherfucker shit about the music industry? And I've been in it for 35 years.
And this ain't the music.
Because youngsters don't listen. And I don't have the time to waste with youngsters when they don't listen.
Let me just say this. Both of you are right in what you're saying. But
I'm totally wrong.
But he's not. He's not. You have to, and then you have to think about this too, Gary. Let me just say something.
I'm good. I'm wrong. I'm not even. See, I don't waste my time telling people shit.
People were taught different things at different times. What I'm saying to you is you can learn from him and he can learn from you. Just like I said, I can learn from the doctor. The problem with us as Black people is what's going on right now. Nobody wants to hear the other person and what they have to say. I agree with what you're saying. Then you put it together, and then that's how you come up with a solution to problems. No one, he's not saying that you're completely wrong, but you're saying that he is completely wrong.
I'm telling him he's completely wrong.
He's not.
I tell you what. Stop right there. I bet this much motherfucking money that he fucking completely wrong. This is in front of everybody. I'm not fucking wrong.
What
I don't have that much money.
So my question is, that's fine. You can put it up. What you want to put up on it? Because at the end of the day, number one,
let's do it for the people.
Tell us how much that is.
That's a bet.
5,000 right now.
That's a bet.
Tell us how much that is.
That's a bet.
More than 5,000. Let's bet
we
5 G's right now.
Before we make the bet.
Let's bet 5 G's right now.
That's a bet. That's a bet.
Man, go get that money,
I
man.
gotta save my money through this here COVID-19. I can't be betting and
I'm betting that.
Casinos are closed.
I'm betting that.
They closed the casinos down.
Let me tell you what people don't realize. And see, while we worrying about the white man, I learned the financial game from the Asians.
That's who know how to flip that money.
Why the fuck you think I know that when you put your money in the bank, you use the rule of 72, and that determines how long it takes for your money to flip? The Asians taught it to me. The Asians taught that to me. So, okay, if you're not putting your money in the bank, where the fuck you putting your money at?
Well, can they teach you about this here COVID-19?
I don't need to know about it because I ain't gonna know.
You know what?
I'm trying to like the situation.
See, and my thing is, and I tell this to anybody, the reason I can play dominoes so good, because I didn't sit at the table with the youngsters. I sat at the table with the old ones. So when you, some days when people don't want to listen, they learn the hard way.
But Gary, you cannot denote them. You cannot take away from his knowledge.
I have a serious question. No. I have a serious question. If Dr. Matthews, answer this for me. If My home I live in is in my corporation. If my cars are owned by the corporation, if everything I personally own is in the corporation, and it's already signed on my board that the next owner of my company will be my kids. When I pass away, what do I owe? What do they owe?
Nothing.
It's all
But your
business.
taxes.
Thank you.
You don't owe nothing but your debt on your
Where I'm confused at is that if you have a corporation that has a fucking executive board,
I was just
when did you vote on that your kids would take over that corporation over a vote for the fucking board?
Okay,
when you have an executive board.
So my executive board will happen to be my family. My family will be my executive board. And they are allowed to be my executive board. And I only have to have two, only has to be 2 people on the executive board, and I'm one of the 2. So therefore, hey, I can have all my kids and my wife on my board, and then say that my next
if you decide to do that, and you talking about the laws of the state of Texas,
you can't
on the motherfucking articles of formation, you can only have 2 family members.
See, like what you
Hold on.
Let me give you an example.
There's a difference between LLC and a corporation. There's a difference.
Let me tell you.
You still have to have articles of formation.
Right. Which my kids will be on there.
You can only have 2.
Wait, you can only have 2 family members as a board on your board, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Say something.
Telling you, dog.
I said 2.
I have an incorporation, right? And I have board of directors. And before my dad passed, my dad was one of my board members, right? So at first we had 3 board members. But then when I added my dad to it, then I had to add 2. So it had to be 5. Because 50% of your board, if it's family, you have to have the other number. So no, you can't do it like that. But that's why you have to be careful of who do you have as your board of directors. Because guess what? They can do a hostile takeover and remove your ass. Because
now
all you need is 2.
Huh?
No, the max it is not all you need is 2. All you can legally have is 2.
No, that's what I was saying, Gary. But what I'm saying is that the next thing is that you have to be careful who you have on your board of directors.
No. Let's not go away from the topic at hand. The topic at hand was when are you taxed the most? I can't be taxed if I don't own it. That's the point.
Well, I'm a nonprofit, so.
And then you have nonprofit.
At the time of his death, but before prorate, his ownership will have turned over to the second owner of his corporation will be whoever is the second owner. So at the time of death,
but not with a
they
board.
are going to see that his business is still running because he has turned over to the other living corporate. I gotta look at the book, the name for it, but I'm serious. I went to a whole class. I'm not saying I'm right.
But when you have a board, I'm gonna give you an example. One of my friends had a business like mine, right? And he paid. Okay, so the board of directors, they voted of who they were gonna have to take his place, and it wasn't his wife.
And answer this though. Answer this. Didn't he have to pay any taxes on that corporation when he died?
No, he's a nonprofit.
That's my point.
Because there's a still living individual that's running an operative corporation. It's like he doesn't exist anymore. He died today or whatever, but the company is still moving forward under the guidance of the person that's left, which would be whoever he put in charge. I understand the doctor's point. You can't have the two families. You got to watch so there won't be no corporate takeover. But he's solidifying himself by saying this is a family, trusted family. Anybody can be a crook. I'm just saying legally, he won't be his debt. Only thing he'll be responsible for is his debt. His debt.
Thank you.
He won't be. They will not tax that business under the new ownership because it's basically like it's under new ownership. And guess who came up with that? The same people we've just been talking about. White people to secure their wealth.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not finna argue or belabor the point. You have a motherfucking estate tax. You can go on Google, and it's as high as 40%
Yeah, I know about
Don't have your business in order and watch what happens.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
You're gonna lose. Your kids gonna lose half of what you give them.
You're right.
I'm wrong.
So,
Have y'all ever sat through probate court through all of that?
nope. So,
well, can I just information because I gotta go cook. Let me just say this. I feel as though going through the COVID-19 as a parent, the best thing we can do for our children is number one, be there for them, let them know that everything is going to be okay. I want the parents who's working at home to understand that it's not as easy. I want the job people, the bosses to understand it's not as easy as they may think it is to sit at home and have a whole family and do your job at the same time. We just got to be vigilant. We got to stick together. We got to know, that this is going to come to an end at some point. And where we're going to be at the end of all of this? Where will you be at the end of this, Gary? Will you be broke? Will you be sick? Well, where we want to come out on top at the end of all of this is basically what I'm trying to say. At the end of COVID-19, I hope to see all y'all well and healthy and happy. And I hope to see y'all businesses flourishing back at work and doing new things. And I hope that the way we came into this is not the way we end up in it. I hope change will have taken place due to what has gone on. I hope that we come out the end of this new individuals.
I like that. So before we go out, you gave your little final word. Dr. Candace, please come and give your final words for the people today.
Okay. Well, the final words that I would like to give as far as dealing with this coronavirus measures. Okay. This is okay. I know everybody not able to find Lysol. Everybody probably not able to find different essentials that you may need. So I'm just going to give you guys some that you all can do that a lot of people probably don't know about just yet. One thing is that if you can't find any sanitizer, you can't find none of that, you can get barbicide. Okay, barbicide, and also with the barbicide, you have to dilute it with water because it's stronger than bleach. And then you can create your own sanitizer to have in your car to clean your steering wheel, also sanitize your gloves. Another thing that you can use also, which is this. This is one of the clipper sprays that also can be used. So those of you that wear gloves, make sure that you sanitize gloves right after you finish using them and you use this. Okay, then the next thing is you have two different types. Well, they got like three different types of the N95 masks. One of them. This is your standard one. I had got this at one of the beauty supplies, so y'all might want to go check it out. The Black Beauty Supply. So, and this is the one that has the nose here at the top. So that means nothing is coming in. Then I have one more. This one here, I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. Y'all know where y'all can find these at your auto paint shops, because you gotta have these kind of masks when they paint cars and stuff. So that's where these come from. These are N95 as well, and these like in a pack is like $22, and you can get 10 of them in a pack. And let me tell you something, baby, somebody pass gas, you ain't gonna smell it because it ain't getting through it. Okay, and look right all up in there. See, it gets all of that. And I'm telling you, go right over there to them little body paint shops where they give them supplies where you get your paint and stuff. That's where these masks at. You're not gonna get them at Home Depot. You're not gonna get them nowhere. So I'm giving y'all some tools where to go get y'all stuff.
All right, you guys. So I want to thank each and every last one of you guys for, of course, coming on, giving that great advice. Even though we get heated in the war room, that's what you do in the war room. You get heated, then you sit back, you analyze the situation, and then you find the nuggets that you need out of that situation. So every experience is a learning experience, point blank, period. So, of course, we're all family in here, so we always gonna rock, but we might not always agree, but we're gonna always rock. So with that being said, man, make sure that at this time while you're at home with your kids, you have conversation with them. Ask them questions, understand who they are as people, because they are individuals. Learn who they are, understand who they are, see what their mental health is, and having conversation with somebody else could be actually healthy for you. It can help your mental health to make sure that you stay abreast where you need to be and where you're trying to go. And once again, sit down, make a plan for you and your family so the tax dollars won't come and get you, right, Mr. Monroe? I'm about to pass it over to Mr. Monroe so he can educate you guys a little further, and then he could close us out and let us know who will be joining us tomorrow.
In order to be a good student, you had to have a good teacher. I don't really have any words of wisdom for anybody. I'm not putting on no motherfucking mask. I'm gonna stay my motherfucking ass in my hive. I'm not listening to the mayor or the motherfucking president. And I want you to remember this. If you don't get your motherfucking business in order with this virus popping off and your kids running around here like it's a regular motherfucking day in America, when they end up sick in the hospital, they're not gonna even let you visit them. You better wake the fuck up. That's what you better do. You can play the game. You can do whatever. I appreciate Candace making y'all aware of the masses, all that. I'm not fucking with no masses. The only corona I'm fucking with is the one in the ice box. I'm telling you straight up. The problem with us, we won't listen. So I don't have any words of wisdom. Do what you need to do. I got more than enough toilet paper. Just went bought me a rack of ribs today. I got more than enough food. I'm good. Because nobody has to live this life but me. I use my own common sense. Tomorrow night, different type of show. 4 white attorneys in Fort Bend County went to war against the truancy program. They had a truancy court in Fort Bend County that they was running kids with the school system. They went to war against that. Eventually, they lost the case, but eventually that court was removed because it was illegal. And the school district decided to put a judgment against those 4 white attorneys for $500,000. And the other day, they emptied one of those attorneys' account during the middle of a pandemic. So they will be on the show tomorrow. And you want to tune in, you tune in. But I'm telling y'all, when you tune in, I ain't got no motherfucking advice. I don't waste my time.
Gary,
I got no thing to do.
I need for you to get a shirt because I want one because you a 5-star general and you got a PhD in common sense.
Goddamn right I do. Damn right I got a PhD. Hold on a second, y'all. Yeah.
I love
Hold on. Something wrong. Let me find out what's going on. But tell us I don't know what the hell is going on. I can't find my theme music. Hold on.
No, you got to play your theme music because you gotta stick it to Facebook because you own the right.
I know.
They can't cut you off when you own the right.
I own my music. Yeah. See, let me tell y'all something. When you talking about owning something, I ain't never been TLC or Muddy Waters. Ain't got no platinum plaque, but I made a whole bunch of motherfucking money off of it.
No,
That.
I love it.
So with the 5-star general,
no,
Elvante Patton, and Dr. Candace Matthews. Y'all know what it is. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We going in, dog. We'll holler at y'all.
It sounds like you own the rights to that shit. Nice to meet you, Dr.
Nice to meet you, Katina.